Hello friends, welcome to Career Plot. In this lecture, we are going to look at some of the statistical terms which we have been studying in school, right? This session will look like as if we have done everything in school, but now we are going to tell you how exactly the statistics you studied in school. There are a few basic fundamentals which will come in handy right now in being a marketing professional, and this is how you measure the product, because these statistical terms will be very, very useful in all your efforts being done nicely and correctly, and how you measure your efforts and success, and how you measure your success and failures. So statistical measurement methods are very straightforward. There are loads and loads of statistical measure methods. This session is very, very basic session to offer you 5 basic fundamentals to be used for any marketing executive to take care of whether the marketing campaign has been a success or a failure. One of the first things which we do is mean. Now, mean, as everyone knows and you would have studied in school, is called average. Average is basically to combine all the numbers and divide with the total segment size, and that's how you find the average. For example, if you have 10 numbers and you want to find the average of those 10 numbers, so you take a sum of 10 numbers, divide by 10, and equal to what the result you get is the average of those 10 numbers. How it helps in the industry to marketing professional and to otherwise. So every marketing professional needs to prepare a lot of reports, a lot of data to submit it to senior management and to tell them why you took those decisions and why the campaign was a failure or a success, and how it helped in growing companies' revenues and how it helped in companies' decision making. So one of the examples in e-commerce industry can be a ticket size. So a ticket size is defined as a particular amount of money paid by a customer. So for example, if you are paying some money to buy a product and that product costs you 200 rupees, that ticket size will be 200. Now, if you have to find average ticket size, that will be combining all the ticket sizes and divide by the total number of ticket sizes. So if you take an example of that part, then we'd say, let's say we have 100 customers who have purchased products, and we have 2 products. The first product is for 10 rupees and the second product is for 100 rupees. Now, out of 100 customers, 10 customers purchased 100 rupee product and 90 customers purchased 10 rupee product. Now, when they did this whole thing, so we have to find the average ticket size. So how to find the average ticket size in this case will be 100 rupee product was purchased by 10 customers, which means 100 multiplied by 10 is equal to 1000 rupees, and that's our 1000 rupee revenue. And then there were 90 customers who purchased 10 rupee product, so that means 90 multiplied by 10 is equal to 900 rupees, and our ticket size is, our total revenue is 900 rupees. If we combine both them, our total revenue is 1000 plus 900 is equal to 1900 rupees of revenue. Now, there are total 100 customers. So we divide 1900 by the 100, which means average ticket size is equal to 19 rupees. So on an average, of all the products sold across all the spectrum, we made only 19 rupees per product line. And this is how we find the average ticket size. This helps in determining that as a marketing professional, I need to help company increase its ticket size, because if the ticket size is increased, which means per customer, how much money I can make is going to increase. So if I make 19 rupees to 25 rupees and there will be a difference of 6 rupees coming in, I'm going to make 6 rupees per customer more, and for that purpose I am going to make for 100 customers there will be 600 rupees more. So my revenues will jump up from 1900 to 2500, and which is almost a jump of about 25% on an average, on an approximation basis. Now, this is a very good jump. So this is how we calculate as a marketing professional what are the campaigns we need to run to take a target size on certain parameters. And this is how we project our numbers to be. Now, this is just one example of ticket size, and this is how people look at how the business is doing. And everyone does an averaging out of business, that out of 100 customers or out of 500 customers or out of 1,000 customers or any number of customers which we have, what is the per ticket or what is the amount of money we earn per customer. This is a very simplistic way of looking at a number to find out how our business is doing and whether we are going in a loss or whether we're going in a profit. Then we look at median. Now, median is a very less used value. Some companies use it, some companies don't use it, and it depends. As the companies mature, they use median a lot. Because median gives you a very real picture of the whole thing. So as we did average ticket size is 19 rupees, median can be very, very different. Now, as per definition of statistics, median is the middle number. So if you have 100 people or 100 customers buying products, the 50th customer which paid the money, that will be your median, exactly in the middle. So if you identify that part, in this case of example, if there were 100 customers in total and 10 customers bought 100 rupee product and 90 customers bought 10 rupee product, what will be your median? Think about it. That means there are 90 people. If you put it on a table in a sequence, it will be 10, 10, 10, 10 till 90 times, and there will be 100, 100, 100 arranged in ascending order. When you arrange them, all the values in ascending order and look at the middle value will be called 10. Now, in this case, your median ticket size is called 10 rupees. Now, if you compare with your average ticket size versus median ticket size, your median ticket size is very, very small. And it is the lowest product value. And how it helps? Now you need to see that a lot of people are actually buying only 10 rupee product, and only very few people, which is at 10% of the population, is buying 100 rupee product. This can help you focus in two ways. One, you can look at, hey, why are people interested in 10 rupee product? Is it very good? Or is it just because it is very cheap? Why are people not buying 100 rupee product at all? Or why are very few people buying 100 rupee product? Is it very high value? Or is it like too many people cannot afford it? So do you look at the differences, and then you may be able to create a median product, which is called a 50 rupee product. And you launch a third line saying, hey, let's launch a product which has benefits of all the benefits of rupee 10 product, some benefits of rupees 100 product, and merge it. And this is how you do priming. If you remember, we discussed priming, that how you actually take a median path also. So you take this path and you create a 50 rupee product. And suddenly you will see that if people are interested in buying that product and there are even 20 people buying it, your ticket size has jumped very high. And suddenly your median has also become 50. So your ticket sizes change and your company revenues depend on how you calculate them. It might sound very theoretical to you, but this is how people in the organizations or the marketing managers or the senior marketing executives like CMOs, chief marketing officers, actually work and figure out how the company is going to grow. And they change the numbers and give the targets to the junior guys, to engineers, to everyone, that this is the targets we need to achieve. The third parameter we look at is called range. Now, range is a very simple statistical phenomena. Again, range is basically the total size of the numbers. So if we have 100 customers who are paying, and there are 10 customers paying 100 rupee, so the highest value is 100 and the lowest value is 10, the range is 90. The lowest number is 10 and the highest number is 100. You just subtract the lowest from the highest and that's your range. Now, this helps in identifying certain product distribution characteristics on different parameters. Your product distribution characteristics in this case show that 90% people who buy 10 rupee product are these kind of profiles, these kind of demographics, these are locations. Why they're interested in that product? Is this product going to be more popular? Should we invest more money in 10 rupee product, or should we kill the 100 rupee product? Or should we invest more money in 100 rupee product and make it popular so that people from 10 rupee product can migrate to 100 rupee product? And how to do that migration? So this gives you a lot of identification of demographics, customer information, and product distribution charts, how your products are functioning. You can do these examples or range in the same product line also, at how your product is functioning in different customer segments. So a lot of customers based on demographics are purchasing one kind of product, or paying for same product, paying less price versus high price, if we go with the freemium model, and why they're paying it. So range is a very good example of identifying your distribution curves of the product and identifying which are the segments well performing. Identify well performing segments and grow them. If the segments which are not very well performing, or the segments which are declining, maybe it's time to kill those segments and stop investing money in them and invest the same money in a growing segment. And this is how marketing managers decide a lot of product distribution curves. The fourth term is standard deviation. Now, this is one term which you would have realized in school that it is seems to be complicated and no one understands it, and you never cared that it can be used ever in life. Now, standard deviation is very well used in marketing researches again. When we look at data and we say that, okay, there are 100 people who have bought our products of 100 rupees and 10 rupees, we will look at the variance from the mean value. The low the variance is, that means that either the product is doing very good or the product is doing very bad. Actually, standard deviation helps in identifying all the core problem areas for our product line. For example, if the standard deviation is distributed across the curve, that means that we do not have a consistent product line which is working for all segments nicely. Now, if you have focus, very low standard deviation or a standard deviation working on one particular area, that the value is converging into one area, that means that this product line might be doing very, very good, or might be this is a problem area. And those generally the converging points are always the problem areas, that people are focusing here, the standard deviation is not moving around, it's not spreading across. That means that it is a problem area. Let's look at that part. It actually identifies the gaps in the product. And once you identify the gaps using standard deviation, your product life cycle can be improved and your product value can be improved. Your product revenue size can be improved. Obviously, you will be making more money out of it. The fifth is cohort analysis. Cohort is a new term introduced in last few years, where cohort is just a definition of a group of people based on certain parameters. Now, you can say a cohort of people can be like, let's say I have identified 100 people who are living in Bangalore, working in an IT industry company in a particular area, and their age group of 35 to 40. So this is one of my cohorts. Cohorts is just a term for a group of users, or for a group of consumers based on certain parameters. And this is, we create multiple cohorts. Why we create cohorts is to identify the right segment of the users, to do the right data segment, so that we can customize our product lines according to the cohorts of well-performing cohorts. So for example, in Career Plot, we find that if we sell it to students who are graduating who are just graduating out of 12th and not going for college, they are not very interested in our product, or out of 100 only 5 have bought it, and then they did not complete the course. That means this segment is not very interesting. This cohort is not very interesting. They're not interested in the product. But then out of 100 people, 90 people who have just graduated or are in MBA colleges or are in engineering colleges are studying right now. And there are about 7 people who are in engineering, who are in jobs and right now trying to migrate the courses. And there are 3 marketing professionals who are already there. And this is a segment who's actually paying in completing the course and shifting jobs or getting jobs or enhancing their skills and completing the courses are the interesting cohorts which we work on. So cohort analysis is done as a part of behavioral analysis, how people behave with the product, how they use your product. For example, as I told you, some people who will complete the course, there will be people who will not complete the course. Some people will say 50% of the courses. Some people will watch all the videos. Some people will watch some videos. Some will leave the video in between. All this analysis has been studied, will be studied in this sector in cohort analysis, and then figured out that what kind of product has to be built up, which is the most popular lecture, which is the least popular lecture, what are the changes required, and this is how we do it. So it is focused on very particular set of activities conducted by users on a particular time, on a particular segment on that part. And this is how we do cohort analysis. So now we understand basics of statistical terms, and these are statistical terms which we'll be using in daily language of marketing life, of marketing professionals. If we don't have these numbers handy, a lot of problems happen in offices. So we need to work on daily on these maths. So in this session, we learned the importance of statistical measure in marketing. We learned various 5 methods called mean, median, range or dispersion, standard deviation, and cohort analysis. Thank you.